señor Roarke diseña cada experiencia a medida de cada huésped.
Yo quiero un poco de acción. Nosotros de todo.
Cambiar algo de lo que me arrepiento mucho.
Vengarme de una abusona del colegio.
Qué poca imaginación, ¿no?
Yeah, I did know the series. And like you guys call it the temporada, ¿no? ¿La temporada o no? No más en México.
La isla de fantasía.
La isla de fantasía. But the series was awesome. And we try to keep the same basic idea of the series, but then take it to another level, where somebody did have a fantasy, and then all of a sudden, they had to suffer the consequences, so to speak, of it. So if, say, you wanted all the key lime pie in the world, you'd have to eat all of it, and then you would be fat and grotesque and really unhealthy, and who would eat key lime pie for the rest of their lives, I never tried to imitate anybody, so that's, that, because I don't know, trying to imitate like another fellow actor is kind of tough, but what I did do is watch some videos of him in interviews, and he was from Mexico City, and he was, Shakespearean actor as well, stage actor, and that's why he had the voice that he had. So with me, the kind of acting that I studied is trying to more of a kind of natural rhythms, and he has a more pronounced theatrical kind of rhythm. So I gave it a little bit of that, which was, to be honest, this was a tough part for me, because you want to tell the story, but then again, you're a little bigger than you're used to, and it was kind of freeing for some reason. I thought that it was really cool because you're telling this bigger story, and it doesn't always end well for everybody. Some people it does, but not for everybody. And you wanted to be the segue between fantasy and reality. Well, it like I said before, it takes the basic structure, and that's why I'm glad that they made this into a movie, because it was a big hit in the 80s, but it was a TV show, just because of the idea of like fantasy. And if you take a look at social media now, like there's social media life, and then there's real life, and it's like this is the social media life in a way, and then what happens when it becomes real life, and I think people will be able to relate to that. It was a little bit of a nightmare, just because you're filming outside. You don't have trailers. There's a lot of times we didn't even have craft service, and things that you're used to, and so it was. I mean, it was tougher than I thought. Because sometimes you just had to walk like an hour just to go to the filming location. Then there was only maybe a couple of cameras that could be walked up, and it took a while to do that. And so you would have to walk up and wait around and film your scene, and then come back down and then go home. And it was, a couple times it was tough, but that's kind of like what movie making is. You expect it to not be the easiest, and you can film anywhere from 12 to, I think minimum we shoot is like 12 hours, and then you can shoot up to like 20 hours. I think I shot once, so it could be rough.
Nos han traído aquí para otra cosa.